Hi Ganesh, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good too, thank you. So can you tell us something about yourself?
Yeah, sure. Uh, my name is Ganesh. I'm from Chennai. I have 7.5 years of experience in software testing, which includes 4 years in manual testing and 3.5 years in automation testing. And I am currently working as a quality analyst in a company called Stripe. And I'm more familiar in tools and technologies such as Selenium with Java, Maven, Cucumber, Form, Data Driven, Jenkins, and TestNG, etc. In my current company, my roles and responsibilities are I'll read all the documents and
Mm-hmm.
analyze the requirements, whatever given by the client side. I have to decide what needs to be tested. Based on the information provided by the product owner or stakeholders, I have to decide how it is to be tested, and I will inform my project lead about the what are the requirements required for the software testing, and I develop test cases and prioritize the testing activities. I execute all test cases and I have to uh, 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 I have to I will use the Jira defect tracking tool to fix the defects or bugs. Once the defects are fixed by the developers, have to retest the module or whatever the test, and I have to perform the regression testing and similar testing. So
Mm-hmm.
this is my roles and responsibilities.
Okay, great. So whenever you are introducing yourself, right? So be very calm, right? Otherwise you will be looking out for words in the dictionary, right? So if you have to introduce yourself, so go in a sequence. So when I say sequence, so you can start with how many years of experience you have, how many total years of experience you have, what kind of experience you have with respect to automation, with respect to manual, number of years, and how do you do, and then your roles and responsibilities. What do you do in the entire day, right? So this itself will take 5 minutes. But in those 5 minutes, if you are confident, if you are clear, then the interviewer will be, happy, and he will be able to come to the conclusion, not to the conclusion, but he will get an idea, okay, that this person will be fit for this role or not. So many things are there, right? So during the introduction, go slow, no worries, right?
Yeah,
So fine, so this is good. Okay, now you were telling that you are having a lot of knowledge about tools, technologies,
yes.
right? So which tool you have recently learned?
Uh, Recently, I have learned in my current project for the past 1.5 years, we are using Cucumber PDD framework.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, and then uh, after manual testing, I got an opportunity to work in automation testing.
Hmm.
So at that time, I have learned Selenium and Selenium with Java. So for the past 3.5 years, I am working with that automation tools.
Hmm. 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 Okay. Okay, great. So you are having BDD framework,
Yes,
and which programming language you are using?
Java.
Java. Okay, fine. So now, let me share my screen, and you need to tell the output of this program.
Okay.
Hmm. Yeah. So what would be the output of this program?
The output would be N1 is greater than N2, N1, N2. I think the output would be first num 5,
Mm-hmm. So first
second,
num as well as 5, both will be the output. That is what you are telling, or only 5.
yeah, first num
Mm-hmm.
5. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we have converted that, right? First num as well as 5, and the second output is second num
Mm-hmm.
as well as the value of the n2 is 10,
Mm-hmm.
and then uh, the final output will be maximum is equals
Mm-hmm.
uh, 10.
Maximum is equals 10.
10.
Okay. Yeah. So you are absolutely correct. See,
Yeah.
just a second. Hmm. So output is first num 5, right? Second num 10, and maximum is equal to 10. What is this? This is actually a ternary operator. What does
Yes.
ternary operator do? It operates similar to that kind of if-else statement, right?
Yes.
So that's how it will be. Okay, now let's move to next program. Okay. So now what would be the output of this program? Should I increase the font size?
No, no, no. It's fine.
It's readable.
Yeah, yeah.
You
It's
don't have
readable.
specs. Thank God you don't have specs.
Yes.
These days in the IT industry, most of us are having specs.
Okay. Uh, what is the third class is sections parent one and parent two. Uh, Here we cannot extend two parent classes because it is multiple inheritance, no? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we cannot. There will be an ambiguity there
Mm-hmm.
because two methods having the same name. So the subclass would confuse to take which method from which class. So it will not work here. So for this kind of approach, we can go for the interface.
Right, right. So this is something that is not supported, right? Multiple inheritance is not supported by Java, right? And
Yeah,
as you mentioned correctly, it creates ambiguity.
yeah.
Right, so that's fine. Now, let me. Okay, now let's proceed ahead with the Selenium related questions. So now, let me share my screen. So there is a web element which starts with the tag A, right? As soon as you click on it, the tag changes to B. Now, how will you write a locator for this?
Okay. Mm. Web element starts with tag A. When you click on it, the tag changes to B. So the tag name is with A, right? And
Hmm,
then when we click on that element, the tag name will change to B.
B, right?
Yeah, first we have to anyway we have to find that locator to click that, right?
Hmm,
So uh, first we will go with that tag name, or we can use the export, the dynamic export
mm-hmm.
uh,
Correct, correct.
access. Yeah,
Right.
export access. We have that child, parent, and then preceding siblings, following
Hmm.
siblings. So with the help of those export access, we can achieve this.
Okay, okay, great. Right. Now, let's say you are automating a website which is in multiple languages, right?
Okay.
You have created a test automation, let's say BDD framework, you have created a feature file with English-like sentences given when then. Now, how will you use this automation for the website? It will be in which is going to get launched in multiple languages.
Uh, okay. So far, I have not used this. I'm not came across this kind of scenario. Mm,
No worries, you can give a try. Hmm.
yeah. Is there any is there any third party tool we have to validate this kind of?
Third party
mm,
tool? No, we don't have.
mm, really validate?
Are you aware about the concept of internationalization?
Sorry.
Localization. Are you aware about the concept of localization, internationalization?
Yeah, I have heard about that, but I want work on that,
Mhm.
and I don't have any answer in that.
Okay, okay, no worries. So let's say if this is a scenario and you have to uh, automate it, right? So what you can do, you can create one properties file, right?
Okay,
Right, with list of feature files. Right, so in feature file, what you will have a separate feature file for login, you will have a separate feature file for add to cart options, you will have a separate feature file for payment options, right? So
yes,
this file, you will have this group of this folder of files in English language. You will keep them in other languages that are mentioned in the acceptance criteria, right? So maybe you can take help of Google, or you can ask the management team to hire some onshore people who are aware of these languages and this this yeah, right, languages, and they will help you, right? So
okay,
for example, this is the language, right? So what will happen eventually, you will have group of multiple feature files, right? The code remains almost the same because the locators, the navigation, all those things you will be changing in the feature file only, and in the step definition file remains the same, right? This is with respect to automation. There is one more thing that you can do is you can use data driven framework. Okay, in
okay,
data driven framework, you will create separate XLS files with respect to various languages, and whichever release or whichever um, the ask is there from the management, from the delivery perspective, that you can run. Okay. One more option is, now let's say this was from automation perspective. Now, if you have to validate it manually, right, then you can create your test cases with those kind of test data. In test data, you can keep the validation messages screenshots, the error messages screenshots, the currency related screenshots, what would be displayed, and you can validate accordingly, right? Okay. Okay, now there is an application which you are supposed to automate. Some features are compatible with the latest browser version and some are not. How will you automate this?
okay. Some features are compatible with the
Hmm.
latest configuration, and some are not. So we have to upgrade our browser settings.
Hmm.
So yeah, so that we can automate the
Hmm. Okay. Okay.
this.
Okay. So this is fine. So how do you run your automation? How do you trigger your automation?
We are having or in my team, I have run the automation scripts through that that runner class we have, and the step definition classes, and then we have feature files. So with the help of the runner class, I have created some annotations with the regression testing and the smoke testing. So whenever the deployment happens, I have uh, executed the test scripts, whatever the test may I want to execute. If I want to do a regression testing, so that I can do that. If I want to give a retest, if I what if I want to retest a defect module, so I can uh, tag that with some tags. So with an annotation. So with the help of tags, I can run my automation scripts.
So you
In
will
my
have
team,
to be, so sorry to interrupt, you will have to be manually present to run those scripts.
yes, in my team, I will run that kind of work. But there are some other persons having that they have CI/CD pipelines called Jenkins automation tool.
Yes,
So
yes.
with help of the Jenkins tools, they will trigger the automation for the continued integrations and continued deployment. Whenever the changes made to the code, they will trigger the automation Jenkins automation tool.
So what is Jenkins?
Jenkins is I think it's a version control tool. It's a CI/CD pipeline tool. So whenever we have the code changes, whenever we have the deployment, uh, so it will automatically trigger the code. It will automatically execute the scripts so that we can go and then we can go and we can't go then manually run the scripts. It will automatically trigger the code and it will get executed whenever the changes made or the deployment happens. It will run.
Okay. So let's say you get this question, right? Then you can take that knowledge of Jenkins CI/CD and start answering rather than mentioning annotations, because see, no one is triggering automation manually these days.
Yeah.
The scripts are already created, right? It will be triggered via the CI/CD pipeline. Then that is the second thing. If pipelines are not working, there is some issue in their scripts. That is secondary, right? But generally, the first option is to go for CI/CD.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so what do you know about agile methodology?
Yeah, in my current project, we are using the Agile Scrum methodologies. So, what in our current project, what we are doing, some we have at the first we have a when we have a sprint. At the first, we have sprint grooming meeting where we will discuss about the uh, taking the user stories from the product backlog to sprint backlog based on the velocity of the team and based on the size of the user points. So whatever the team resources we have, we will discuss all those in sprint grooming meeting. And once we discuss all about all this, we will move the um, sprint from to-do list to work in progress. And then what we do, and then we have daily scrum calls in our team. So in that scrum meeting calls, we will discuss where we will discuss about what we did yesterday and what we are doing today. So and then well, if we have we if there are two in my current project, we are having 2 weeks of sprint.
Okay.
If at the end of the 2 weeks we have uh, sprint demonstrator meeting where we will demonstrate the a task which are completed by our team.
Hmm.
Uh, we have to demonstrate that uh, if the user stories are completed, we will put it in done status. If
Hmm.
it is not completed, then we will continue it in the next sprint along with the other sprints. So finally, we will have sprint retrospective meeting.
Hmm.
Uh, where we will discuss about what we will take in the last sprint, what we have to do, what will the improvement we have to make for the next sprint. So these are all we have done. Basically, agile methodologies is about uh, why we follow agile methodologies means we have to work parallelly with the developers.
Mm-hmm.
So if they develop a build today, then we have to test that tomorrow. So if the customers also get the product as soon as possible. So this is the agile methodology purpose.
Yeah, so basic reason is to give to deliver a workable product to the
Yeah.
end user, right? Okay. Now I have shared one array in the chat, right? You are supposed to write the Java program to sort the elements of an array in the ascending order, right? So I'm
Okay.
giving you screen sharing rights. You can click on share screen button, green button.
Okay.
Hmm. Yeah, and share your screen. In the chat box, you can see the array.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, yes, it's visible, but only Gmail is visible.
Okay. Okay. One second.
Yeah. So at the time of sharing, you have to,
I'll take an.
yeah. Close this Gmail.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Open Notepad. Yeah. So at the time of sharing, click on all windows. Yeah. Perfect.
Hmm. Right. Java program to sort the elements of an array in ascending order. Okay. Hmm. Have to create another problem. If array of Is this okay? I think I have completed.
Okay, so can you please explain this program?
Yeah, I have created a temp variable as 0,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have created one for loop. So where I can, if I equals 0, I is lesser than, that is array dot length means whatever the length of the array. So I plus plus, uh, it will be incremented, and then I have to create an inner loop. I int j equals I plus 1. Again, j is lesser than this array dot length, and then j plus plus. So
Mm-hmm.
it incremented. And then if, and then I have provided one if condition, uh, which is mentioned here is uh, if array of I is greater than array of j, then I have to swap. Here I mentioned that swapping thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it will it will check and swap the values from uh, ascending order.
So just two for loops will help you. Are you sure? You've used two for loops in the middle.
Yes,
Do you think two for loops will be sufficient?
yes, I think the two follows will be sufficient for that.
Okay, okay. So I'll show you the solution of this program. Just
Okay.
okay. Now is the screen visible?
Yeah.
Mm. So first till first for loop we are good, right? Now when you have to sort the array in the ascending order, right? So you will be using the for loop, right? I less than arr dot length, right? So arr is nothing but it's a integer initializing. Here it is
Yes.
initialized the array, right? So you will take that length. Okay.
Yes.
Then you have a inner for loop in which you will be playing with these conditions, right? You cannot, right? So one is for I equal to 0, it will display the elements of original array, right? And then you also need to sort it in the ascending order, right? So these conditions are again common, right? Greater than equal to, right? And then you will get this array after sorting. There is one more method which can be used for writing this program. Okay, so that also I'll showcase you. Hmm. So you can use the program to sort the elements of an array. Okay, using sort method of arrays class, right?
Yeah, yeah. I
So
know this.
yeah, so it will by default sort the array elements in the ascending order. So you'll be
Yeah.
initializing whichever 5
Yeah.
elements you have. Then you'll be displaying them. You'll be using arrays dot sort, and it's a straightforward solution.
Yes, yes.
right?
But in mostly the interview, they want us to
Right.
go for the follow up and
Correct.
use the follow.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
true, true. Okay, okay, Ganesh, I'm done with the interview. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes. Thanks for the opportunity. And I have an interview tomorrow.